Welcome back, everyone, to Dating Decoded. It's your host, Jake, here again, joined by the one and only Mia.
Hey everyone, it's so good to be back with all of you amazing listeners. Jake, I feel like we just wrapped up our last episode, but I'm already buzzing for this one.
Oh, absolutely, Mia. I mean, we've had so many great conversations about navigating the modern dating world, from first impressions to building genuine connections. And today, we're diving into something that can really, truly turbocharge all of that.
Ooh, turbocharge. I like that. So for those of you who've been with us, you know we're all about giving you practical, actionable advice. And today's topic, it's about a super powerful self-reflection tool. It's something that, honestly, has been discussed in some of the most influential dating literature out there for years.
Yeah, exactly. It's about taking those interactions, whether they're amazing or, well, let's just say a learning experience, and really using them to improve. It's all about intentional growth, you know?
It really builds on everything we've talked about before, from understanding body language to crafting the perfect opening line. This takes it a step further. We're getting into the nitty-gritty of personal growth in dating, and trust me, it's a game changer. So buckle up.
So, all right, Mia, let's just jump right into it. What exactly is this reflection tool we're talking about today? What's the core idea?
Okay, so picture this. It's essentially keeping a personal log, almost like a diary, but specifically for your dating interactions. You know, you record all of the details, like what happened, how you felt, what they said, what you said, and even what you think you could improve on.
Oh, like not just, I went on a date, it was fine, more like breaking it down.
The idea is to track your progress over time and really refine your techniques. It's about being super intentional, you know?
Right, and then using that to actually build confidence too, I guess. Because you're seeing what works, what doesn't. It's not just guesswork anymore.
Totally, and this isn't some newfangled idea either. This concept has been a cornerstone in a lot of the really influential dating literature for years. Like, since, way back to some of the foundational texts. I remember actually chatting with some of the authors about their ideas, and this was always a big one for them.
Oh, I remember that, yeah. It's about getting real-world feedback, isn't it? It's not just theory. It's you trying things out, seeing the results, and then adjusting your strategy.
Exactly. It's all about refining. It's not just about one interaction. It's about the cumulative effect. Like, if you try something 5 times and it works 3 times, you can say, okay, that's a good strategy for me. And if it works 0 times, well, maybe time to switch it up. It's like having your own personal dating lab, Jake.
Your own lab. I love that. So it's essentially a structured way to learn from every single interaction. That's actually pretty brilliant when you think about it.
It really is. It's foundational. And it truly is a powerful tool for personal growth, not just in dating, but I think it spills over into other areas of life too, don't you think? Like understanding your own reactions and patterns?
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. It's like, you know how athletes watch game tape? This is like watching your own dating tape, but you're also the coach and the player all at once.
Yes, that's a perfect analogy. So, are you ready to dive into some actual examples of how people put this into practice? We've got a couple of really insightful tips coming up.
Absolutely. I am more than ready. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. What's the first specific tip then for actually doing this logging we're talking about?
Okay, so the first one, and this is super crucial, is what we're calling the post-interaction playback.
Ooh, I like that name. Sounds like very professional athlete.
Right? It gives it that serious edge. So what it means is that immediately after an interaction, like right then and there, you take a moment to reflect and jot down notes. Don't wait until you get home. Don't wait until the next day. Do it as soon as possible while it's fresh.
So, I'm literally still at the cafe or just walked out and I'm pulling out my phone or a little notebook?
Exactly. Or even just a quick voice memo if you're, feeling a little self-conscious. But the idea is to capture those immediate thoughts and feelings. And we have a great example from some of those dating experts we mentioned earlier. This is a real log entry, actually.
Ooh, juicy. Lay it on me.
So, after approaching a woman at a cafe, the person writes, and I quote, used nice coffee choice opener. She smiled but left, felt nervous. Could have asked her opinion next time.
Well, felt nervous, could have asked her opinion next time. That's pretty direct.
Right? And that's the point of it. It's not about judging yourself harshly, but purely observing. The context here is that this kind of note is used to analyze a single interaction, just that one moment. And the effect? It immediately identifies nervousness, like, oh, wow, I was actually more nervous than I thought I was in the moment. And it immediately suggests an improvement, like, okay, next time I'll push myself to ask her opinion.
That's so smart because it's not just, I screwed up. It's, I felt nervous and here's a concrete thing I can try differently next time. It's actionable.
Totally actionable. And that's the beauty of this post-interaction playback. It helps you pinpoint those specific behaviors, those specific thoughts, even those internal feelings that you might not even be aware of until you sit down and reflect. It's about, like, catching yourself in the act in a way.
Yeah, I can see how that would really accelerate growth. Instead of just going through the motions and, maybe making the same mistake or missing the same opportunity over and over again, you're actually like getting a direct feedback loop.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like having a little coach in your pocket, constantly nudging you towards improvement. And it's those small incremental adjustments that really add up over time, don't they? That one little thing, could have asked her opinion. That could be a game changer for the next interaction.
Oh, for sure. It's like, you identify that tiny little hinge that swings a big door. That's what that is. It's not about a complete overhaul. It's about refining those micro moments.
Precisely. And it's funny because when you read these examples, you almost feel like you're right there with them, don't you? Like, oh yeah, I've had that exact feeling before.
Oh, completely. It's so relatable. I mean, who hasn't walked away from an interaction and thought, why didn't I say that? Or why did I just freeze up? This gives you a tool to actually do something about it.
Exactly. It moves you from passive regret to active learning. So that's the first one, the post-interaction playback. Always get those immediate notes down. But that's just one piece of the puzzle. There's another really important one, too, for a broader view.
Oh, okay. So post-interaction playback for the immediate stuff. Got it. What's this broader view you're talking about then? Lay the second one on me.
All right. The second tip, which complements the first perfectly, is what we're calling the weekly progress report.
Oh, I like that. Like a status update for your dating life.
Exactly. It's less about the micro moments and more about stepping back and looking at the bigger picture. So instead of just logging individual interactions, you're creating a summary, say every Sunday night, to track your overall progress for the week.
So it's like a bird's eye view. Like you're not just looking at one tree, you're looking at the whole forest of your dating efforts for the week.
Yep. It's about identifying those recurring trends, seeing what's consistently working and where you still might need to put in some work. And again, we've got a fantastic real-world example from one of those communities that really pioneered these self-reflection techniques.
Give me the juicy details.
So a log entry from a weekly progress report reads, and this is pretty common, approached 5 women this week, 2 gave numbers, direct opener worked better, need to practice Kino escalation.
Oh, Kino escalation. Okay, for listeners who might not be familiar, that's essentially, touch or physical comfort building.
That's right. It's about building that physical connection naturally, step by step. So what you see here in this example is that the person approached 5 different people, got 2 numbers, which, hey, that's not bad, and they've noticed a pattern. Their direct opener, meaning they probably just went straight to the point, worked better than, say, a more indirect approach.
And then the self-awareness to say, okay, I got the numbers, but maybe I didn't build enough of that, comfortable physical connection during the interaction itself. That's super insightful.
It is. And the context here from these communities, like the one we mentioned, r/seduction from 2016, is that these reports are specifically designed to track weekly progress. It's not just a one-off thing, it's a habit. And the effect is brilliant. It highlights successful tactics, like, okay, direct openers are my jam right now, and it clearly points out areas that need development, like that Kino escalation.
I mean, That's so much more productive than just feeling vaguely like my dating life isn't going well. You're actually pinpointing the successes and the bottlenecks. You know exactly what to focus on next.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of just feeling like generally frustrated, you're getting very specific data points. Okay, this type of opener, that worked well. I need to do more of that. This area, oh wow, I'm consistently struggling with this part of the interaction. That's what I need to focus on next week. It makes your learning super efficient.
It's almost like, like a business optimizing its sales funnel, right? Like, where are we losing customers? But for dating. And hey, it's not a business, it's human connection. But the principle of self-improvement, well, it applies. It applies to anything where you're trying to improve a skill, right? Whether it's playing an instrument, learning a new language, or, building better social connections. You need that feedback loop. And this weekly report gives you that macro feedback. So it sounds like the first tip, the post-interaction playback, is very micro. And then the weekly progress report is macro. They really do go hand in hand, don't they?
Oh, they totally do. One feeds into the other. The micro observations from your playback can inform your weekly summary, and your weekly summary can then help you decide what specific micro things to focus on in your next interactions. It's a continuous cycle of improvement.
I mean, I can just imagine how much faster you'd improve by doing this. I wish I had known about this when I was, fumbling through my earlier dating experiences. It would have saved me so much confusion.
Oh, same. We could have been like expert daters years ago. But hey, that's why we're here now, sharing it with everyone listening. And honestly, it's not just for dating either. You could apply this kind of systematic self-reflection to so many areas of your life where you want to grow.
Oh, for sure. Public speaking, networking, even just like personal conversations with friends. Any kind of social interaction, really. The principles are universal.
Absolutely. So we've covered the what and the how, the post-interaction playback and the weekly progress report. But I think it's really important to talk about some of the nuances of this approach because, like anything, there's a good way to do it and, well, a less good way, and some ethical considerations too, actually.
Okay. I'm glad you brought that up because as much as I'm like totally sold on the benefits of this kind of reflection, I can also see how if you're not careful, it could go a little sideways.
Yeah, exactly. It's a powerful tool, right? But like any powerful tool, it needs to be used responsibly. One of the first things that comes to mind, and some critics have pointed this out, I remember reading an article on, I think it was bustle.com from 2019, is the risk of overanalysis.
Oh, absolutely. I can totally picture someone getting so caught up in logging every single word and nuance that it actually creates more anxiety than it relieves. Like it stops being about genuine connection and starts feeling like you're dissecting a frog in a biology class.
A frog in a biology class. Yes, exactly. You start, fixating on every single little thing, replaying it over and over, and that can lead to emotional strain. Instead of building confidence, you're just like swimming in a sea of what ifs and I should haves.
It's like, the difference between learning from your mistakes and just beating yourself up with them. The goal is growth, not self-flagellation.
Precisely. And then there's the ethical side of it, which is also a big one to discuss. Some people, including some outlets like TheGuardian.com back in 2019, have raised concerns that this kind of detailed journaling, if, misused, could potentially fuel manipulation.
Ooh, manipulation. Yeah, I can see that. If you're using it to like pinpoint someone's weaknesses or to figure out, I don't know, trick them into liking you instead of genuinely connecting. That's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, absolutely. It shifts from self-improvement to less admirable intentions. The whole idea is supposed to be about improving your social skills for more authentic, more fulfilling interactions, right? It's not about playing games or trying to get a specific outcome at someone else's expense.
Right, because if you're not genuinely interested in a mutual benefit, then all this detailed analysis is just creepy, frankly. It's like you're not trying to find a connection, you're just trying to unlock a cheat code for human interaction.
A cheat code. I love that. And that really brings us to the core of it, which we've heard again and again from the communities themselves, even like r/seduction back in 2016. Success with this type of journaling really hinges on honest self-assessment.
Honest self-assessment. So it's not just about what you did or what they did, but why you did it and what your true intentions are. That's deeper.
Much deeper. Are you reflecting to genuinely understand and improve your own behavior? Or are you just looking for a way to, win or to control the situation? Because if it's the latter, then it's not just ethically questionable, but it's also probably not going to lead to the kind of healthy, lasting connections that most people are actually looking for.
And this also challenges, any idea that this is some kind of universal guaranteed effectiveness. It's not a magic bullet. You can't just write things down and expect results if your mindset isn't right.
Exactly. It's not a formula. It's a tool for self-discovery and refinement. But the human element, the genuine desire for connection, that has to be there. And if it's not, then the journaling just becomes this hollow exercise.
Yeah, so it's about balance then. Using these powerful tools without letting them consume you or turn you into someone you're not. Keeping the focus on authentic growth and mutual respect.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's all about that balanced perspective, knowing when to reflect deeply and when to just, live in the moment and trust your instincts.
Absolutely. I think that's the perfect way to, wrap up our discussion on this journaling technique. When you look at it, consistently reflecting and logging these dating interactions, it really does seem like it can significantly boost your social skills.
Yeah, totally. And your personal confidence too, right? Because you're actively engaging with your experiences. You're not just letting them happen to you, you're learning from them.
Right. It's that active participation in your own growth. And we've seen through all these examples, whether it's the post-approach reflection, figuring out why you felt nervous, or the weekly summaries tracking your numbers, whoa, it's such a concrete way to see your progress.
It really is. It gives you tangible data points, doesn't it? It's not just a feeling that you're getting better. You can actually pinpoint areas where you've improved or where you still need to work.
Yeah, exactly. It's a powerful technique, but like we've been talking about, the key takeaway here, and something we can't stress enough, is that it really, really requires a balanced approach.
100%. It's not about becoming obsessive, It's not about turning every interaction into a clinical study where you lose the human element.
No, definitely not, because then, you risk that emotional strain we talked about, or worse, dipping into those ethical gray areas if you're not, careful.
Right. It's about ensuring it's applied ethically for mutual respect and genuine connection. That's the North Star, I think, for anyone using this kind of tool.
Yeah, it's like using a really powerful magnifying glass. You can use it to study something closely and learn from it. Or you could use it to, burn ants on the pavement. We're definitely advocating for the learning part.
Oh, that's a perfect analogy. Exactly. It's about self-improvement, self-awareness, and ultimately building better, more authentic relationships, not burning ants.
Never burning ants. So overall, a really powerful tool that we think people should definitely explore, but with that cautious, ethical, and balanced mindset in place.
Well, that was, I think, a really interesting dive into, what seemed like a simple concept, but has so many layers to it.
It really does. And it's one of those things that, we always say the devil's in the details, but also the growth is in the details, right? So to all our listeners out there, thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Dating Decoded.
Yeah, seriously, your support, it means the world to us. And we love, sharing these insights and hearing your feedback. Keep it coming.
Absolutely. And if you enjoyed this episode, and we really hope you did, please remember to hit that like button. It helps us out so much.
Oh, and don't forget to subscribe, if you haven't already, and turn on those notifications too, because we've got, so much more coming in this series of Dating Decoded. We're just getting started. So until next time,
Keep decoding your dating life, and we'll talk to you soon.
Stay awesome, everyone. See ya.